Welcome, beautiful yogis. I'm so happy to see you arriving as we get together again on this lovely Sunday of the new moon in Libra, also the Jewish New Year. I think our Jewish friends are all sitting down to eat together, and we will rest and breathe together, all of which is a beautiful way of being human at this time. So let's set up for our opening pose, which is, of course, the open book pose. Please put 2 blocks to support your bolster and then come to lying on your back. Right in the middle of the bolster. Cobbler's pose is a lovely way to arrange your feet, and it's optional. You can also have your legs straight. But the value of this particular pose is that we open the front body by lying back and allowing the arms and the legs to fall away. So as you settle in and get really comfy, close your eyes. Tune into your internal state, arriving here in this moment, in this breath, in your particular vehicle, your body, to navigate this life and to enter now the quiet zone together. Make any little adjustments to get more comfortable. And then let's take a nose inhale together, a nice deep one. From deep in your belly, let your breath fill you. And it's so lovely to just hold that breath and treasure it for a moment. And then we'll blow it away through the pursed lips. And in that blowing away, perhaps your arms can relax more. Here comes the next nose inhale. Pouring into your body, holding it for a moment. And as you blow it away, sense your breath. Letting go, your breath and your limbs. One more time. Feel how the inhale flares your ribs, opening, little holding, and then blowing away. And we continue now with nose breath in. And nose breath out. Following this natural rising and falling of your breath, but it carries with it our diligent attention to deepen and slow the breathing so that it becomes our point of focus, our single point of focus. Beautiful inhalation, a little treasuring moment, and then that's slowing down that exhalation until you feel there is no breath left, and a little pause here as well. Continue with that. Each breath connecting you to Source. Each breath, the place to rest our minds. So there are many reasons we are in collective trauma and stress. And so together now we offer the antidote to the body so that it can heal. Our nervous system can be reset. And we can release some of that holding, that tightness that we carry both in the body and in our thoughts. And it's said that all healing happens while we are in parasympathetic mode, which means the relaxed state. And so we are progressively deepening our relaxed state, both in this shape where we rest, and also by mental focus that rests in the breath. Slowly, deeply to fullness, little pause. Slowly, completely to emptiness and the little pause. It is in this restful place that we can release some of the old stories that we carry, some of our deep programming. The deep programming that presses us to keep repeating same activities, same thought forms, where we find ourselves in the same struggles. And so relaxing, breathing in this way is healing, as it interrupts that random, circular, repetitive thinking. So as we stay in this pose a little longer, inviting you to increase the length of your pause, both at top and bottom of your breath. Allowing your pause to be so long that it is as long as the breath itself. In other words, begin now to breathe the square breath. And so if your inhale is for 4, your pause is 4, and your exhale is 4, as is the pause at the end. Letting this square breathing be accessible to your body, not strenuous, but it is also a practice to interrupt the automatic, the autopilot way that we breathe when we are navigating through our day, largely on autopilot because we know what to do. But we want to awaken. We want to move out of autopilot into awakened awareness, to know who we truly are, not simply deeply programmed human beings, running these unconscious storylines and ways of doing things. We want to interrupt that so that we can open to the new story, as well as the ancient wisdom that has never gone away. Please continue with your square breathing. So square breathing is not autopilot. It requires our attention. It is a good place for a number of reasons. This is a good place to focus. Our cells are listening. They are receiving this internal message that we are now relaxing, disengaging from everything external, giving ourselves a break from the collective story, collective trauma, exhaustion, fear. We're disengaging from it so that we can heal, become whole, and remember who we truly are. And our breath is a beautiful, beautiful vehicle for that. Today I was listening to a podcast with Bruce Lipton. Many of you will have heard of him. His famous book was The Biology of Belief. And so this again is a new story where the old story no longer works for us. The old story is that we are bound by our genes. It's genetic. And Bruce Lipton came along and says, no, it is what we believe that determines our lives. And we are programmed to believe many, many things, and most of that programming happens in our first 7 years. And then we spend a lot of our lives trying to undo that programming so that we can be more free, less restricted, live in the dignity of being who we are rather than in the shame or in the pride of our achievements. And it turns around the other story that I certainly got when I was growing up, is that if I'm a good girl, then after this life I can go to heaven. And so now I'm realizing, not at all. I am already living in heaven, in this beautiful garden, this earthly garden of delights and abundance. Beginning each day with gratitude, quiet time, time in nature. living in sync with the moon, the stars, the seasons. This allows us to realize we are already living in heaven. So lovely, yogis. We come to the completion of our pose. So very gently bring your hands and bring your knees up together. Very gently roll over to one side, completing the open book pose. And now we're going to set up for the lovely child's pose. Here we get to sit on one butt. Let's take the left buttock. Oh, yeah, it's nice to put a little padding down. So one blankie to sit on. Sitting on one butt cheek. You're sitting on your left, your knees will be to the right, and you've got a blankie there for one of your legs. I like to have my top leg supported, and then looking towards your bolster, lifting and coming to lie forward on your left ear, settling in here. We've let go the square breathing. We're in the settling into this shape phase, getting comfy, snuggling your hip or snuggling your head, your arms, so at ease and falling away into gravity. We bring the breath into the back body. Filling it broadly and deeply, and finding all the places that you could fill with breath. And see how that feels. As you rest and guide your breath into your back, share a little wisdom from our favorite poet, Rumi. Rumi, as you know, is a 12th century poet whose voice, whose words have so much relevance today. So here come the words of Rumi. Daylight dances with sunlight everywhere. The wind whispers sweetly in your ear. It tells you, I am always near you, never farther than the air you breathe. It's me you're actually breathing in. Hold your breath just to feel me flood your being with my love. And then breathe my love out to the world. And then see the swirling miracles that unfold through you. Now breathe me in again, even deeper this time. Hold me deep within your heart of hearts. Now feel my bliss in every single cell of your being. This is me within you. I've never left you. I never will. Just breathe me in. Just breathe me out. Just simply breathe. I am your very life, and you are mine. Breathe and dance, filled with the love of the beloved one. And so our holy a breath, filling and emptying this body in this shape, to know we are not alone. We are so intricately, exquisitely connected. Stay with this. Filling your back, filling your sides, filling your belly, your holy breath flowing through you. One of the best ways to know that you are in the heavenly realm on earth is the feeling of gratitude. So just resting here in your breath, be grateful. Appreciate this moment. Love resting and breathing and being connected. So we are combining the shape of our body, the way we have arranged it, our breathing, our thoughts, our attitude. All of it conspires together to heal, to make whole. We are about to change sides. So be aware that you have to move your hand to do that. And feel your hand press down, both hands press down. You're either going to turn around on your bottom or on your knees and just come to your right butt cheek. Angled still into the bolster, bring your supportive blankie to the other side. And just drape your body the same manner, lifting, rotating, folding forward, and snuggling in right here. So comfy. Still fill your back with your breath. I'm going to share the words of Rumi again as you rest now on the second side. Daylight dances with sunlight everywhere. The wind whispers sweetly in your ear. It tells you, I am always near you, never farther than the air you breathe. It's me you're actually breathing in. Hold your breath just to feel me flood your being with my love. Then breathe my love out to the world. Then see the swirling miracles that unfold through you. And now breathe me in again, even deeper this time. Hold me deep within your heart of hearts. Now feel my bliss in every single cell in your being. This is me within you. I've never left you. I never will. Just breathe me in. Just breathe me out. Just simply breathe. I am your very life, and you are mine. Breath and dance, filled with the love of the beloved one. All right, everybody. Gently, gently make your way up to the third in our sequence. child's pose. Over the bolster or in crocodile. To show you child's pose first, over the bolster, lying forward. Doesn't matter which way you put your head. Or you can lie on your tummy. And that's for those knees that are saying no, no, no to that pose. So honoring your body where it's at today. Adjust, settle, get comfy. Crocodile pose, the legs are just relaxed out behind you. The invitation for this pose is to breathe in the following manner. We'll inhale for 5 and exhale for 10. No pauses. Can you stay with that breath? It does require full attention. That long exhalation, a message to your cells. The cells are listening. Listening to our collective intention to relax, to put it all down, to restore, to renew, to become whole, to connect again with Source. letting go now, your counting breath, staying in the pose, seeing how it is when you let go the exercise, the practice. Rumi says, now feel my bliss in every single cell in your being. This is me within you. This is a very good state to be in, beautiful yogis. Good, and so now we'll make our way up out of the child's pose, out of the crocodile pose. Remember to stretch your legs if you've been in child's pose all that time. A little stretch out of your legs, and we'll set up for the seated forward bend, which we make a little table for, with your bolster or your nearby chair. And we sit down on a pillow, a little support for our hips, cross-legged or straddle-legged. It's the matter of getting the distance between your sit bones and the place where you can rest your hands and your forehead. So know that you can make your tabletop higher or lower. And so we have a different breath practice here, and it goes like this. It's in for a count of 4, hold for 7, and out for 8. And I'm going to guide you through the first one. So exhale completely. Good. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. On your own, cue yourself with this particular breath. 2 more cycles of this breath. As you complete, slowly make your way up to sit, keeping your attention deeply inward, letting your breath just breathe you, feel that. And feeling the effects of that breath, how calming. How we can receive and allow the quietude that follows. So important to experience times where if there's just breath in our body, much less thinking. Simply sitting in your breath. Such a good practice. Nice, yogis. Please lower your chin, open your eyes, and please make your way to the elevated legs position, where we can just put our legs up on our tabletop or find a spot against the wall. This our counter pose from sitting and bending forward. See how nice it is for your back now to lie all the way on the ground, to be completely supported. You can have your hands on your belly or alongside your body. If you have your legs up the wall, remember they don't need to be stiff, they can just hang out there, as they can over your tabletop. Feeling support, feeling natural breath, feeling a deeper quietude. That is part of our deprogramming, part of freeing ourselves from the old stories. To come into deep inner listening, listening to the breath, listening to stillness. And there are times when our body is hurting or needing extra attention. See your breath, your loving breath can be directed to those places in your body that need that at this time. And so no particular counting breath here, the simple, lovely, long exhalation, maybe a little pause at the end. No need to count, just into it. We rest in this internal stillness. Even at this time, the moon aligns with the sun. We can't see the moon because the sun is so bright, but it is that part of the cycle of 29 days when the moon returns to the sun. It's a conjunction, a conjunctio, a sacred marriage is what Carl Jung called it. When the moon meets again the sun, each cycle. And it is, of course, a new beginning, a new start, a new cycle, a new lunar month. And this is the time when we begin again, and it's also a time that we can renew ourselves, clarify our intentions. It could be just to rest more, just to meditate more, to simply revisit these calm, deep states of well-being and rest and healing as we are right now. And so we bring this elevated legs position to completion. Go ahead and draw your knees in towards your chest, hug them in. You might rock your body a little bit. And we'll set up for our next pose. Tonight we're going to do the babbling brook pose, the little gentle stream pose. And we're going to use all our props. So let's rearrange everything. The blocks will go down to the foot end of the mat. The bolster is there as well. And then we'll need our other blanket, because this is going to be a little terrain to press up into the heart center. So let's roll it up. And you might roll it a little less fat. A little less is fine. And we'll have this pillow blanket for the head. Shoulders and arms come in this gap, and this will be right across your thoracic spine, the most rounded part of your back. So the pose looks like this. Oh, you'll be happy to have that head pillow. You could even make it a little higher. But I've got this upward thrust of that rolled blankie, bringing space towards the heart. And then there are the blocks to rest the feet on, the bolster, of course, nicely supporting the back of your legs. It's quite a big opening pose. Opening into the heart, feel that. And as you close your eyes and settle into it, have a sense of your body now like water, flowing over this terrain, just softened and relaxed and letting go. Bringing your breath to your heart space. Feeling the deep inhalations now, opening the heart space even more. In the heart space, breath, as though we were breathing in and out at the heart. We bring in appreciation, gratitude. It's very accessible now. We're so calm and relaxed. The thought forms the walls that we put up around ourselves dissolve with gratitude. They dissolve with appreciation, leaving us open to experience the breath. As the poet says, this divine presence right here in our breathing hearts. And as this is quite a big pose for many of us, we won't hold it very long. Go ahead now, bend your knees, roll over to one side, and then be very careful as you pull that middle blankie out. And your pillow blanket goes above your head now, so that we can lie down on the back, and this is a counter pose as well. We'll be lying completely flat on the back to start, and then we'll bring the bolster up under the hips for supported bridge pose. So feel how now your upper back is flattened and resting. The sense of the back of your heart resting on the mat, no longer lifted up like that. And how as you rest your arms alongside your body, your palms upward, your fingers loosely curled, your body is spacious, both grounded and light. Feel your breathing here. Lovely, beautiful yogis. Let's complete this supported bridge pose. Push your bolster down. Rest your sacrum on the mat. And bring your pillow blankie back under your head. And get really, really comfy. Now, no more big stretching. Just settling in your natural reclining on your back Shavasana shape. And for this final part of our practice, we'll do a little visualizing meditation, using that wonderful gift of our imagination, our capacity to create in our mind's eye, reminding us that we are creators all the time, creating our lives. And so as you rest most comfortably on your back, bring your attention, as we have been, to your breath and how the breath connects you to everything. attention at your heart center. And observing in your mind's eye, at your heart center, a most beautiful rose, a rose in bud. So sensing this rose bud at your heart and how it begins to open. Slowly the petals separate and seem to grow from a small little bud into a beautiful, full bloom of a rose. The color of the rose is your favorite colored rose. Seeing its beauty and sensing the fragrance of your rose. We all have experienced the fragrance of a rose, and it's in there in memory. Let it come to your memory, the fragrance of the rose that rests in full bloom at your heart. And as you see and smell this magnificent rose, sense the textures of the petals. The textures of the petals, the shades. Taste is very close to smell, and you might even sense the taste. The taste, the touch, the fragrance, the color of this heart rose in full bloom. And now at the very center of your rose, sense this bright golden light, the light at the center of the rose that radiates outwards from the center, and it radiates to every part of your body, from your heart, across your chest to your arms and your hands, down your body through your belly, your hips, down your legs to your feet, and upwards from your heart through your throat, your brain, your face. And the radiance spills beyond your body so that you are now resting in this luminosity of the golden light emanating from your heart, filling every cell with its beauty and its healing, its radiance. And just rest in the beauty of the rose. And as you rest in this experience of your own beautiful rose, allow to come into your mind your dear friend, partner, family member, and see them too with a glorious rose at the heart. see them with this full blooming rose. And then allow the others to come into your mind and see them too, with the blooming, full bloom rose. And just allow whoever shows up to come in, see and acknowledge their glorious rose, heart, beautiful being. And in this way, we celebrate our own magnificence and that of the others, practicing to see the truth of what is. And then letting the imaging go. Awareness funneling back into the physicality of your body at rest. And notice how it feels. To know that everything that we did in tonight's practice is truly a practice. Experiencing ourselves as we truly are, while healing the vehicle of our physicality and loving the garden of the earth where we live. Please move now your fingers and your toes to awaken, to give yourself a little hug, to roll over to one side. Just a little moment of complete drenching in gratitude. Why not? Please come up to sit, complete our practice in the yogi seat. Our spine now the vertical axis, connecting cosmos with earth. So grateful to have this time with you. Thank you and namaste.